We all want higher search engine rankings and more traffic, right? But this can be pretty elusive when you're not sure what you need to improve. What's good, guys? It's Ben here from Neighborhood, where we help businesses find, sell, and keep their people. Today, I'm going to run you through what on-page SEO actually is, why you need to take it seriously, and how to improve your ranking using the 10 essential on-page SEO elements. These elements are the parts of your website that Google uses to rank it. Get them right, and you can improve your search rankings and drive a ton of organic traffic to the site. First things first, if you've made it this far and you're still thinking, what even is on-page SEO? Don't worry, I've got your back. On-page SEO is anything that involves optimizing the parts of your website that will boost your search engine ranking. Search engines like Google need to crawl and understand your page so they can index and rank it. On-page SEO elements are the various things that a search engine looks at to do this job. But they've got lots of pages to rank. To optimize this process, they crawl through web pages like a fleet of terrifying digital spiders, looking at many different factors, including headlines, content, internal and external links, site speed, and mobile friendliness. If you want to improve your on-page SEO strategy, you're gonna have to get your website up to speed on these factors. This will make sure that Google can read and understand your website. But don't stop there. If you want to be an on-page SEO expert, we'll need to go further. Keep on watching this video if you want to master the 10 essential on-page SEO elements and drive that sweet organic traffic to your page. Firstly, we have EAT. Google's EAT first appeared in Google's 2014 search quality guidelines, and it's only grown in importance since then. What's interesting about EAT is that it's done by humans and not machines, who review web pages and report on their quality. EAT stands for expertise, authoritativeness, and trustworthiness. But what do these terms mean in the context of Google's search engine results? Expertise looks at the content of an individual page, not the whole website. Google isn't very clear on the criteria that it uses to judge expertise, but it seems to favor expert authors and opinions. Authoritativeness judges a website on two things: the authority of the content and the domain authority. High domain authority is given to more prominent and well-known organizations like national broadcasters and government websites. Links from other websites or social media mentions boost your authority as well. Trustworthiness focuses on the author, the types of content, and the website, and evaluates the integrity of all three. The idea here is to keep the misleading and dubious information from ranking highly. Want a summary? Basically, Google prioritizes high-quality website that uses original, fresh reporting, is well-written, and provides value compared to other pages. On the other hand, Google penalizes poor quality content that uses misleading or clickbaity headlines or contains misleading facts or errors. Each page on your website has some HTML code known as a title tag. This is the title that appears on all websites displayed on the Google results page. So it's one of the first pieces of information that users and search engines get to see about what the link is actually about. Title tags should let them know what they're about to click. Overall, title tags aren't the biggest on-page SEO element, but if you get them wrong, they can really hurt your search rankings. To optimize your title tag, you should stick to 50 to 60 characters so it's not cut short, and you should use different tags on different pages. You should also include keywords that you're trying to rank for. You need to get the titles right if you want to increase click-through rates and drive traffic to your website. Meta descriptions sound a bit complex, but they really aren't. It's just a fancy name for the text that appears right below your title tag on the search engine results page. You can have a meta description of any size, but Google cuts them off at around 160 characters, which is just long enough to sell your visitors on the web page or article. Google has said that meta descriptions aren't a huge ranking factor, but they're very important to users. When a search engine spits back hundreds of results at you, a well-written and descriptive meta description will really stand out. Heading tags are one of the more critical on-page SEO elements. They allow both users and search engines to understand what's on the page. They are broken up into H1, H2, H3, etc. H1 is the main headline, with H2 and H3 and H4 being sub-headlines below that. They are a great way to break up content and make it easily digestible for the reader. But they also help search engines to understand the structure of a page. URLs are another one of the on-page SEO elements that deserve your attention. A URL or a web address help users and search engines understand what a web page is about. Just like title tags, the aim here is to keep them tight and punchy and make sure they contain your primary keywords. Like the other on-page SEO elements mentioned, clarity is key. If it's easy for a user to understand, it's going to be easy for Google as well. Keywords are the words, topics, or phrases that people type into a search engine to find what they are looking for. Using keywords to rank should not be dramatic or new information for anyone, but if you're trying to improve your on-page SEO, you'll need to dive a bit deeper. Choosing the right keywords is essential, but it can take a bit of research. Make sure that the keywords are relevant and bring in enough traffic, but they don't have too much competition, or else it might be too hard to rank. Another thing to be aware of is keyword cannibalization. While you might think that having several pages targeting the same keyword is a good idea, unfortunately, it's really not. When Google indexes your website, pages targeting the same keyword end up competing with each other. This can cause them all to rank lower on the search engine results page. The next factor you need to consider is image alt tags. You've probably heard how important it is to use photos, videos, and other media in your content. For users, it helps to break up the content and provide a little variety. So adding media is a great thing to do, but there's one problem. Search engines can read text, but their ability to interpret images is limited. So you need to help them out, and that's where alt tags come in. Each piece of multimedia that you use on your website should have an alt tag. And here's 3 reasons why. Firstly is accessibility. Alt tags mean that users with visual impairment can understand the content, as they often use screen readers to access it. It's important to accommodate all demographics, and Google will reward you for making your site more accessible. Secondly is user experience. Alt text help your audiences have a better user experience. This is because people with low internet connection or bad smartphone reception often will face a broken link icon where an image should be. If they have an alt tag, they'll be able to see what the image was meant to show. Third, image traffic. Image traffic is one of the least exploited on-page SEO elements. Alt tags can turn images into search results that appear on Google Images. This is a great way to drive more organic visitors to your website. If you're looking for some quick and easy fixes on how to improve on-page SEO, then look no further than internal link building. It can really provide some quick wins. Internal linking refers to the hyperlink that goes from one page of your website to another. They help search engine crawlers to find content that is related to each web page. By understanding your pages in context with each other, the search engine can have a deeper understanding of the focus of your website. You might have noticed a pattern here. Making things easier for users on your web page is also going to make them easier for search engines. Mobile phones account for 55% of online searches, and Google knows this. As a result, pages that are optimized for mobile devices are seen as more helpful to users. In fact, Google now ranks websites first based on mobile rather than desktop form. Mobile phones have smaller screens, and they often rely on a phone network instead of high-speed broadband. So if you want a mobile-friendly page, then there's a few factors that you need to consider. The first thing is page speed. They need to have a short loading time. If mobile phone users don't get the info soon, your bounce rate might shoot up, and nobody wants that. Next is responsive design. This helps your website adapt to whichever device is requesting the web page. Using a desktop version of a website on a smartphone is never a good experience. Another thing to consider is mobile user experience. There are a lot of elements that go into mobile-friendly SEO design. These include having a thumb-friendly design that accommodates even the clumsiest of users, having font sizes that are easy to read on a small screen, and having compelling content that's easy to navigate through. Finally, you need to think about local search. A lot of people on their phones will be out and about trying to buy products, find bars and restaurants, or find other services. If you run a bike repair shop, you might need to target keywords like bike repair near me or bike repair store Brisbane. This will allow you to shop in local queries. Page speed or load time is one of the most important on-page SEO elements. It's an absolutely huge factor influencing Google rankings. Around 1 in 4 visitors bounce from a web page that takes more than 4 seconds to load. Additionally, statistics show that almost half of users won't return to a poorly performing website. No one can afford to ignore these statistics. Here are a few suggestions that are going to add a bit of zip to your website. Firstly, you need to consider server speed. Most websites don't have their own servers, so it's not a problem that you can fix yourself. But you can prevent having this problem in the first place by choosing a good server. Using a well-ranked and reputable hosting server is a great place to start, but then you also need to think about location. Make sure to choose a data center location that's near to your customers. Basically, shorter distance equals faster speeds. Next, you need to utilize image compression. Images are one of the most common things that cause a slow page speed. People love visual content and they're great for SEO, but it can also seriously drop your page speed. Make sure to take take advantage of image compression so that even the most image-heavy pages can load quickly. Additionally, there are tons of plugins that help you to defer images. That means that they'll only load as the viewer scrolls down the page, when they really need them. Next, you need to put in place a good cache policy. This can increase page speed as cache stores your images and logos on the user's device. This means that when they come back to the page, it will load faster. You also need to implement lean themes and plugins. When you set up a website, it can be really tempting to load it up with all the cool and complex themes. But if your service is slow, this isn't a luxury that you can afford. Some of the best websites are streamlined and focused on delivering outstanding performance. Sliders, animations, and other functions are absolutely useless if users keep bouncing from your site because of terrible performance. So, that's everything. These are the on-page SEO elements that affect your search engine ranking. It is vital to get these fundamentals right if you want to have pages that people actually find. Of course, technical and off-page SEO elements need some love too. Everything needs to work in harmony to give you top-class performance. If you put in the work with these SEO elements, you're going to reap the benefits. Remember, Google rewards websites that deliver great, helpful, and relevant content to users when they need it. So check off these items and you can not only drive more traffic to your site, but also provide customers with a better experience all around. If you still think you need some extra help with your off-page SEO strategy, then don't hesitate to reach out. And if you're watching this on YouTube and you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you can stay up to date with all of our content. If you want to read more on SEO strategy or a whole range of other topics, you're going to find the link to our blogs down in the description below. That's it from me, guys. Happy marketing.